Hi guys, I'm conflicted or have been conflicted because there's this conundrum that I hear a lot lately. On the one hand, they say follow your passion. On the other hand, they say follow your feelings. And if you feel good, do it. So I want to tell you about this guy called Daniel Flynn. Daniel followed his passion as a 19-year-old whose heart cried out when he noticed that it was 1 billion people in the world who didn't have access to clean water. And here he was sitting on a park bench in the suburbs of Melbourne, where many of us in Australia can relate to this, buying water bottles for ridiculous amounts of money for something that, if you turn the tap on, was essentially free. We were simply paying for convenience, while others didn't even have access to water. They'd often have to do half a marathon to access this water that often made them sick to their stomach. So Daniel took this first advice and followed his passion and began a brand, a movement called Thank You Water. You might have heard of it. Hundreds of thousands of people have been impacted by Daniel's following his own passion. And this is where I get confused, or people get confused, is we're told to follow our passion, but at the same time we're told to do what makes us happy, do what feels good. I think this is baloney, absolute rubbish, garbage. If you follow your passion, you're not going to feel good all the time. It's going to actually hurt sometimes. So think of Daniel and his journey. He followed his passion, but thank God he didn't just do what was comfortable, what felt good, because he wouldn't have changed many lives for the better. So just try to put yourself in Daniel's shoes. Imagine you have a great idea for a way to help millions of people in third world countries, and you have all the kind of talents, the skills, and the passion to do it, but all these countless people around you, online, all over, are telling you over and over and over again, you can't do it, that's a stupid idea, you're wasting who you are. Then imagine you've gone past that and you've built these relationships with suppliers and backers, and you're just about to launch, and then people pull out left, right, and center. Imagine how you'd feel when in that moment, you're about to launch these products and these thousands of people relying on you, and you can no longer do it unless something happens. Daniel persisted despite his feelings, despite the negativity around him, despite that criticism or how he actually felt. He ignored the advice to do what feels good, and now Thank You is no longer just water, but helps out in food, baby products, and sanitation, and it's a movement that's launching internationally of people making a difference in other people's lives. Does this remind you of someone? It does for me. This is the passion of our Lord Jesus Christ. So if you think about it, for 3 years he was teaching and helping people. In that culmination, a week before he was killed, he was welcomed with waving arms like a king, raised on a donkey. Next minute, people wanted to kill him. They wanted him dead, and they abandoned him. His best friends dogged him, and there was nothing that they would do for him. Just like Daniel Flynn, Jesus didn't listen to the advice of following your feelings. Well, in fact, Daniel looked to Jesus as the model example, and I think we should do the same. So I'll leave you with this. The English word passion has its roots in the Latin word passio, which actually means suffering. Just think of Jesus dying on the cross. We call it the passion of the Christ. So for each of us, will you follow your feelings, or will you follow your passion?